The scene you have just seen cannot and will not be repeated. Yes, we will have a Division II champion this year, but it will not be a repeat of last year. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Mac McAllister of Mac's Sports Films and Video, along with Bill Noyes of radio station WSNO WORK, our play-by-play man, here to bring you all the action of the Division II 1992 High School Boys Vermont Headmasters Championship game. This brings together two teams who have never won a title in basketball. The #1 seeded Milton Yellow Jackets of Coach Bob McKinney come into tonight's game with a record of 19-3, seeded #1 in this division tournament. Their last appearance was last year in the semifinals. Their last appearance in a championship game, 1976, when they lost the Class I championship to Burr and Burton. Milton got to this final game in a heart-stomping 76-70 win Thursday night over Bellows Falls. Meanwhile, U32, 18-4, #3 seed under Coach Dan Gandon, is here looking for their first championship in 4 attempts. They lost out in the finals in 1975, 78, 80, and are back again in 92. Now, on Wednesday night, the U32 club had a little less trouble with Fairhaven when they beat them 67-51 in their semifinal game. It's the Raiders and the Yellow Jackets. Now, down to courtside, and let's meet the players in this Division II championship for 1992.
For our last and final game of the day, the Division II State Championship final game between the #3 seed U32 Raiders and the #1 seed Milton Yellow Jackets. First of all, we'd like to welcome the cheerleaders from U32. We'd also like to welcome the Milton Yellow Jacket cheerleaders. As is our custom in the finals, we will be introducing all the players, starting with from U32, a junior, #11, Adam Hotchild. From Milton, a senior, #3, Dante Farnham. From Milton, a junior, #10, Jay Sweeney. From U32, a junior, #20, Jerry Breen. From Milton, a junior, #11, Kevin Lyons. From U32, a junior, #22, Chris Elke. From Milton, a sophomore, #13, Keith Karpinski. From U32, a junior, #32, Greg Bruno. From Milton, a junior, #14, Jason Paquette. From U32, a senior, #33, Scott Slopnick. From Milton, a junior, #15, Tim Brunel. From U32, a senior, #34, Michael John Massetti. From Milton, a junior, #20, Jesse Roberts. From U32, 32, a junior, number 35, Joe Balzanelli. From Milton, a senior, number 21, Dorian Metzger. From U32, a junior, number 42, Tim Goslin. From Milton, a senior, number 22, Reggie Blaisdell. From U32, a senior, number 45, Jamie Robinson. And from Milton, a senior, number 23, Michael Pendris. Now your starters for this evening's contest. From U32, a 5'6" junior, number 12, Eric Allen. From Milton, a 5'11" senior, number 4, Brent Kendall. From U32, a 6'4" senior, number 44, Eric Ellison. From Milton, a 5'6" junior, number 5, Steve LaFave. From U32, a 6'2" senior, number 24, Jason Robinson. From Milton, a 6'2" senior, number 12, Kieran Rutherford. From U32, a 5'11" junior, number 25, John Wolf. From Milton, a 5'11" senior, number 24, Glenn Button. From U32, a 6'4" senior, number 40, Kevin Holmgren. From Milton, a 6'4" senior, number 25, Doug Nickett. The assistant coaches. The assistant coaches for U32, Mr. Mike Mackey and Mr. Rick Hudson. The assistant coaches for Milton, Mr. Jim Francis and Mr. Joe DeLuca. And your head coaches for this evening, from U32, Mr. Dan Gandon. And your Milton head coach, Mr. Bob McKinney. Your referees for this evening, Mr. Reggie Colon, Mr. Don Corey, and Mr. Al LaCroix.
Well, Bill, one of these teams is going home with their first basketball championship in about an hour and 30 minutes or so. And they're also going to play the rubber game of a series.
They've met twice. They met in the opening game of the season, and Milton beat U32 64-61. Then they met on February 14th, and it was U32 winning that one 74-68. So this is the rubber match, and it's a big one. And it's Holmquist with the ball for the Raiders. Top of the key. Wolf. And Rutherford rebounds and gets it to Kendall. Button into the front court for the Yellow Jackets. The left side to LaFave. And it's Holmquist. Robinson forcing the shot, no good. Rebounded by Niquette. Rebound again, Holmquist. Niquette the big hero for Milton the other night in the semifinal. A big steal under his own basket on an inbounds pass that gave them the lead. Then he blocked a shot at the other end of the floor and rebounded. And that got them on their way to the 76-70 victory. That came in the last minute of the game. Here's Holmquist, and he starts the scoring. Kendall with a basketball, three-pointer, short, and it's taken away by John Wolf for U32. Off to Holmquist. Robinson, the follow-up. Robinson again. 4-0 Raiders. Kendall walks it across midcourt. Going against Allen. Back outside to Niquette. From the left, the shot off the front of the rim by Button. Here comes Wolf. 2 minutes gone, first quarter, 4-0 Raiders. Holmquist on the end line, dishing it to Robinson. He missed, but they can't control the rebound. Should be Raiders ball. Nice pass from Holmquist to Robinson, but Robinson got in there with the left hand and couldn't make it fall. Here's Holmquist. Tapped into the corner. Wolf tries to track it down, can't do it. 5:47 left to play here in the first. Shot good, and a foul on Ellingson. (4-2) the score, and Kendall will go to the foul line. Kendall is not shy about putting up three-pointers, and he won't even cozy up to that three-point arc. He'll take them from anywhere inside midcourt and hit. He makes it 4-3.
Certainly saw him hit some legitimate NBA three-pointers the other night.
Here's Wolf against the press. Rutherford almost with the steal, and it's going to go out of bounds off Button's leg. So the ball belongs to U32. Here's Wolf up ahead to Allen. Robinson on the baseline. Rebounded by Kendall. And Kendall is fouled. And that's 2 on Ellingson. Dan Gandon getting worked up early on the U32 bench. He thought there was a travel before any foul. Here's Kendall in the corner. We have 2 Southern officials and 1 from the North in this championship game. Basket's good, and a foul again. And is that Ellingson? That is 3 on Ellingson in the first 4 minutes of the game. And very quickly, Jamie Robinson will come into the lineup, as Ellingson will go to the bench with 3 personal fouls. And it's 5-4 Milton, and Rutherford going to the line. 3 fouls in the ball game, all of them on Ellingson. And Dan Gandon still working the officials. It was predetermined, even though we have 2 northern teams, that there would be 2 southern officials for the Division II title game. Reggie Colombe and Don Corey, the southern officials, and Al LaCroix from the north. And Dan Gandon has been working those southern officials here in the opening 4 minutes. Here's Wolf, and he cans the 3 to make it 7-6 Raiders. Kendall into the corner, back up top. Niquette has it stripped away by Robinson. This is Jamie Robinson in the corner. 3:55 to go in the quarter. Raiders into the front court. Here's Holmquist from the left side of the key, rims the basket and out. Rebound Robinson, no good. Rutherford takes it down for Milton. And here's a rebound, Holmquist. We had momentarily lost our picture. Have it back now. Here's a Wolf three-pointer. Robinson the rebound, and double dribble is called, and that gets Dan Gandon up again, and he is worked up in this one. Dan is still working those officials in front of the bench. Here's Milton with the ball. 3 minutes to go in the period. Off to Kendall, 7-6 the score. U32 leading, and there's a steal by Robinson. Takes it in against Rutherford. He wanted a charge call, no whistle, and it's 9-6. And Wolf gets a hand on the ball, saves it. Allen going after it with Kendall, and Kendall, well, let's see, Wolf is, rather Allen is reacting as though the call has gone against him, and it has. It looked like Al LaCroix was indicating Kendall, who was behind Allen. And into the ball game comes Reggie Blaisdell for Milton. Kendall on the left side, fires the three, and it's Holmquist high in the air for the rebound. Milton really doesn't have anyone who can get up there off the floor like Holmquist. And here's a travel. Holmquist can really get off the floor. Playing on a bad ankle he sprained a week ago yesterday, but didn't slow him much in the semifinal. Here's the ball knocked away by Robinson. Rutherford, Blaisdell, 16-foot jumper. So he comes in off the bench and hits his first shot. This is Wolf in backcourt, firing it up into the front court to Jason Robinson. To Allen now. Wolf down low to Jamie Robinson, and he's fouled. It's the first foul of the ball game against Milton. It's Rutherford. And Doug Niquette will come back into the game now for the Yellow Jackets. Here's Robinson to Allen. Top of the key, a three-pointer. Kept alive to the baseline, out of bounds. And it was last touched by Kendall, so U32 will have it. Ball loose on the floor, big pileup, and a jump ball called, and it'll go to Milton. 9-8 the score, 1:25 to go. Kendall off the screen. There's Kendall from the right side. And it's Holmquist high in the air to pull it in. Allen outside with it, under a minute now in the first period. 1 point U32 lead. Jamie Robinson. Back out to Allen. Allen will launch one that's off the mark, and it comes outside to Blaisdell, off to Kendall. Here he comes. Through the lane, knocked away, and Robinson tried to come up with it, but was on the end line. As Holmquist had jarred the ball loose under the hoop. 34 seconds to go in the quarter. Underneath Cat. And Holmquist blocks it. 28 seconds to go. Robinson. Out to Allen. This is Jason Robinson. Off balance, banks it in, and he's fouled. That was just a throwaway shot as he was going to be fouled and knew it. He just wanted to get the ball up in the air, and it banked in. He put that one up from his right hip.
He knew he was going to be fouled. He got it towards the basket. It went in.
So it's an 11-8 lead, and with 10 seconds left, Robinson will be at the foul line. Allen will come out, and Balzanelli is in to replace him. Joe Balzanelli in for the Raiders with 10 seconds to go in the first period. And it's 12-8. Here's Sweeney into the ball game now for Milton. 7 seconds left. Has it booted away. Here's Holmquist. He's going to drive all the way and misses the layup. He looked like had thoughts about a jam, and he did the same thing the other night in the semifinal. Was a little undecided when he went in, missed the dunk shot, but the ball rebounded in. This time he missed the lay-in, but at the end of one, it's U32-12, Milton 8. 12-8 the score, and should probably be 14-8 off the Holmquist steal, but he missed the layup. So the Raider lead is at 4. Here's Jamie Robinson to Balzanelli. Off to Wolf, firing long on the baseline. And it's out of bounds off Milton. And that has Bob McKenney worked up. So both coaches getting a little exercise on the sideline. McKenney was all the way down there on the baseline. And the shot's good.
Jamie Robinson snuck himself in there.
14-8. And a steal by Robinson. Gives it to Wolf. Wolf into Holmquist. Rebound, Jason Robinson. 16-8 Raiders. Jay Sweeney with the ball. Up ahead. Front court with it is Blaisdell. Anthony Kett slapped away by Wolf. Robinson leaves it in the backcourt for Wolf. And we're going to have a charge on Robinson. Not much question about that one. Here's Kendall and Rutherford and Button all coming back into the game for Milton now. 16-8 the score. 6:51 left in the first half. Kendall outside with the ball. Left side the pass to Pendris. Pendris to Button. Rutherford rebounds, but it's stripped away, and a foul on Robinson. And there's Dan Gandon again questioning the call. Dan is more worked up here in the first half than he got the entire semifinal.
Yes, it was, yeah.
And Holmquist will pick up a foul. And is really working those officials here this evening. First foul on Holmquist, and already the Raiders are over the limit. Niquette was fouled in the act of shooting anyway, so this will be 2 shots. 6:26 remaining in the first half. 16-8 the score. Raiders on top. 16-9 as Niquette hits one out of two. Here's Wolf with the ball to Robinson. Balzanelli with a three-pointer. Nothing but glass. Robinson rebounds, and it's blocked by Niquette. Raiders will get it. And Steve LaFire is back into the ball game for Milton. Robinson, right corner. Wolf gets his own rebound. Dumps it through to Holmquist. It's good, and he's fouled. Nice pass from Wolf to Holmquist. And Holmquist gets the basket and is fouled. 18-9. .5:39 remaining here in the second period. And Holmquist can give the Raiders a 10-point lead. 19-9.
Got their inside game working extremely well.
Here's Kendall for three. He's been off the mark here in the first half.
Yeah, the U32 has really dogged him.
It's just 3 points so far. Here's the rebound to Robinson. Holmquist keeps it alive, misses. It's still loose. Jamie Robinson. Holmquist takes it away. They still got it going, and finally LaFire clears it. Boy, they are battling in there. Kendall, 5 minutes left in the half. Here's LaFire with a three. Holmquist, a rebound. Jump ball as Niquette ties him up. Milton will have it. There's Tim Goslin into the ball game now for the Raiders, and Eric Allen comes back in. 4:56 left in the half, a 10-point lead for U32. Rutherford gives to Kendall, three-pointer, and he hits one. 19-12. But all alone is Goslin at the other end of the floor. 21-12. Here's Kendall, left side. Rebound Robinson. Off to Wolf. Here come the Raiders. 4.5 minutes remaining. Goslin trying to get it underneath. Kendall with a steal. Lead pass up to Niquette. Knocked away from him, and it hit him on the chest and out of bounds. And Bob McKenney wants a timeout. The ball knocked off Niquette. Milton wants a timeout. 4:19 remaining in the half. It's 21-12, U32. .419 left in the first half. A 9-point lead for the U32 Raiders. And they've got the basketball. Robinson. Double teamed in backcourt. Up ahead to Holmquist. It's loose, but Holmquist gets it back, and then Robinson, and he's fouled. The foul is on Glenn Button. Glenn Button with a foul for Milton. Here's Goslin. 4 minutes left in the half. Wolf. Rebounded by Kendall. And Kendall is fouled by Allen as he drove the lane. And we got the 1-and-1 coming up here for the Yellow Jackets. Kendall will go to the line. Kendall hits them both, and Balzanelli will come in.
Whoever has the whistle in the crowd, we appreciate it if you did not blow it again, we will have you ejected immediately.
Someone in the crowd blowing a whistle, and they've asked him to stop it. And from the reaction of the Milton fans, it's a U32 fan who's doing it. As all the Milton fans cheered and started pointing to the U32 side of the house. And we're going to have a travel on the Raiders in backcourt. 21-14 the score. And here's Robinson coming back in. And Goslin will come to the bench. 3:39 left in the half, a 7-point lead for the Raiders. Kendall off the double screen. Holmquist the rebound. Here's Balzanelli. Fouled as he tries to drive into the lane. And the foul on Glenn Button, his second. Pass into Holmquist. And a foul committed as the ball comes inbound to Holmquist. And it's on Rutherford.
That's his third.
So 3 on Rutherford. And coming into the ball game, Kevin Lyons for Milton and Doran Metzger. Here's Wolf. Down low to Robinson, missing long, and a foul on Balzanelli on the rebound. So again, Kendall will go to the line for 1 and 1. (21-16). He's at 4 straight from the foul line. 5 straight. Here's Balzanelli having trouble. Gets it to Wolf. 3 minutes left in the half. And we got an offensive foul on Wolf as he just cleared LaFar right out of there. Just took an arm and shoved him away. A little acting perhaps by LaFar. He didn't get shoved that hard to send him sprawling like that, but clearly an offensive foul on Wolf.
See it right. Could see it exceptionally well from here. He just pushed that arm out there. One thing to protect yourself, but to clear out.
Here's Robinson. Holmquist from the left side, missing. Balzanelli rebounds, misses. Holmquist, the follow-up. It's good, and he's fouled. That broke a scoring drought of several minutes by the Raiders. Big basket for Holmquist, and he was fouled by Metzger. 23-16. And Holmquist will be at the line for the Raiders. Both teams over the limit now. And Holmquist hits. Here's Kendall dumping it off down low, but Robinson comes away with it. Off to Wolf. Holmquist. Up top, Balzanelli. In for Holmquist, and he's fouled again. Kevin Lyons this time. Holmquist is attracting a crowd when he gets inside.
Well, even with Ellingson on the bench, U32 has still some good height in there with Holmquist and the Robinson boys.
25-16 as Holmquist hits. And again, it's a 10-point lead for U32. 2:05 left in the half. Metzger into the lane. Lions the rebound. And he's fouled.
I think that's going to be on Holmquist, and that will give him 2.
And that's who it is. Holmquist with the foul. His second, and the 1-1 coming up for Lions. Will come out now with a minute 59 left. Ellingson, who got 3 fouls in the first 4 minutes of the game, is in for the first time since that first quarter. And here's Mike Pendris into the ball game now for Milton. (26-18). Robinson finally gets the pass to Wolf, and he double dribbled. A minute 40 left in the first half. Kendall into the corner. LaFar for 3. 26-21. Wolf up to Ellingson. Malzanelli. Robinson in the corner. Malzanelli goes to the hoop and is fouled. Foul on Kevin Lyons, his second. 1:14 left in the first half. (27-21). Here's Farnham, Dante Farnham coming into the ball game now for Milton. Here's a steal by Robinson. A minute left in the half. Up ahead to Jason Robinson. Lions rebounds. Nobody there on the outlet pass. Niquette finally gets it. Farnham with it. Knocked away, and Robinson comes up with it. Jamie. He gives the ball to Wolf. 28 seconds remain. Jason Robinson shoots from the baseline. Lions rebounds, and they stepped out of bounds. Kendall was out of bounds when he took the pass.
Lions just gave it to him behind him, and he was down there, was out of bounds.
Yeah, and Lions knew it too. But there wasn't much he could do. Here's the pass into Robinson to Wolf with 18 seconds to go. I don't think Dan Gandon wanted a shot at that point anyway. He wanted to play for a final shot. There's the miss, but the follow-up by Ellingson makes it 29-21. 6 seconds to go. Here's Kendall firing a 3. No good, and there's the buzzer. So the end of the first half here from the Barry Auditorium, and the U32 Raiders go into the locker room leading this one 29-21.
There you have your halftime score, which is a little surprising, and I think most people thought it would be a higher scoring game than that. certainly U32 has done well. Milton has had a little trouble getting the ball in the hoop, but let's check our halftime stats as we have them up here in our booth. First for Milton, Brent Kendall, 1 2-pointer, 1 3-pointer, 5 foul shots for 10. Outside of that, let's see, Steve LaFar has a 3-pointer for 3. Kevin Lyons has 2 foul shots for 2. Harriman Rutherford has a field goal and a foul for 2. Can't run Rutherford. And let's see, Reggie Blaisdell a field goal for 2, and Doug Niquette 1 point on a foul shot. For the Raiders, they are led by Kevin Holmquist, who has 3 field goals and 4 free throws for 10 points. Jason Robinson with 3 field goals and a foul for 7. Jonathan Wolf, a 3-pointer for 3. Joel Balzanelli, a single foul shot. Tim Goslin, a field goal for 2. Eric Ellison, a field goal for 2. And Jamie Robinson has 2 field goals for 2 points. And that's how the Raiders have come with their 29 points. We'll be back with second half action in just a moment.
Here we go in the second half. U32 with the ball and the lead. Allen out near midcourt. Holmquist working the ball. Wolf near midcourt. Hits Allen. Here's Robinson. And it's cleared away by Niquette. Off to Kendall. Kendall really hasn't warmed up yet. He misses the 3 there, and the rebound goes out of bounds off the Raiders. Kendall's capable of really going on a tear, and he really just hasn't found his shot yet.
U32 is really watched him closely.
LaFar missing long, and Robinson takes it away. Neither team has really shot all that well in this game either. The shooting percentages are, I would guess, somewhat low. LaFar knocks that ball away.
Yeah, but I think U32 has had more success inside with their bigger men.
Niquette, Holmquist at the foul line off to Wolf, and he canned that one. 31-21. Again, that equals the biggest lead of the ball game. Rebounded by Allen, smallest player on the floor, and he came down with that one in the crowd. Here's Robinson to the baseline against Niquette. Offensive foul. First foul of the second half. And Jamie Robinson will come into the ball game, replacing Jason Robinson. That's the second foul on Jason Robinson. 6:22 to go here in the third period. Milton with the basketball. Kendall off to LaFar, 3-pointer from the corner. Rebound Rutherford. Niquette comes down with it. Misses. Niquette again, it's blocked. And a foul outside against Eric Allen. I think that was Jamie Robinson with that block on the baseline on Niquette. That's the third foul on Allen. 6:03 to go here in the third quarter. Pass comes outside to Button. And Holmquist has the rebound. 5:50 to go, third quarter. U32 leading by 10. A double team on Wolf. Holmquist Dan Gandon of U32 wants a timeout. 5:27 to go here in the third period, and the Raiders lead by 10. .527 to go, third quarter. Raiders leading by 10. Here's Allen. Holmquist. Holmquist can't get it to fall. Ellingson, though, is there for the rebound. Surrounded by Milton Yellow Jackets, and Ellingson got the rebound in the basket. And it's our biggest lead of the ball game. Here's LaFar for three. Rebound, Niquette missing, and he gives way to Ellingson. Ellingson thought he was fouled by Niquette. Looked like it might have been from here, but no whistle, and the Raiders have the ball. 4:35 to go, third quarter. Wolf with it. And Button almost came up with the steal. Here's Wolf. Works his way to the foul line. And Niquette gets the rebound. Long three, and Kendall, there he goes. That was from NBA range. 33-24. Holmquist with the ball. Allen lost it across midcourt, hit him in the head and got away from him. Backcourt violation. It's amazing what a long-range bomb can do. Gets you fired up and gets the other team a little jittery. And now the Yellow Jackets, chance to close the gap a little more here. They trail by 9.
Well, they need some three-point shots because that's primarily their game, obviously.
Kendall misses everything here. Button clears it, misses. Niquette and Holmquist tie it up. And the ball will stay at that end of the floor. Kendall inbounds to Button, a three-pointer, short. And here come the Raiders. Wolf. 3.5 minutes remaining in the third. Down to Robinson. And we got a foul. Glenn Button. The third on Button. And he'll go to the bench, and Lyons is in to replace him. Here's Robinson. Cross court, Balzanelli. And he hits a three. (36-24). The lead is back up to 12. Holmquist taps the ball to Wolf. Off the miss by Blaisdell. Here's Balzanelli. Dishes it off inside, knocked loose Kendall. They get a 2-on-1. Kendall off to Blaisdell, and he lays it in, 36-26. And a steal. Kendall down low, knocked away. Wolf touched it last. And here's Metzger into the ball game for the Yellow Jackets. 2:41 to go, third quarter. Rutherford will come to the bench. Lyons outside to Kendall. Another long three. Good. Boy, he fires it from so far out. And without any effort. 36-29. He started to heat up now. Here's Robinson. Well, has the ball stripped away. It's loose on the floor. Scramble for it. And here comes Milton. Another three from Kendall. 36-32. Kendall starting to light it up. He said he hadn't found his shot in the first half. He's got it back now. Robinson saves it out of bounds off Kendall.
And those are, there's no question whether he's anywhere near the line on those.
Yeah, to give him 4 on those.
Oh man.
He's not making the job of the referees tough tonight. He's taking those from about 3 feet beyond the 3-point line. Here's Wolf. 12-point lead is down to 4. They've done a good job taking Holmquist out of the offense here in the second half. And a charge on Wolf. Raiders want a timeout. Things starting to fall apart for the Raiders, and Dan Gandon is incensed. He's pointing to the eye of Holmquist. Holmquist went down on that jump ball a couple of minutes ago and banged his eye, and he's got a big welt over that eye, and Dan Gandon pointing that out to the officials, I think just trying to make a point more than anything else. Timeout with 1:46 to go in the quarter, and it's 36-32 Raiders.
Doesn't take very long for a 12-point lead to, when you got a kid like Brent Kendall to put the 3-pointers in there.
The 12-point lead is down to 4. And Holmquist is having problems with his eye. They put an ice pack on it in that timeout. The injury came several minutes earlier, though, and the eye started to swell, and it looked like it was almost closed as he came to the sideline. And we got a foul here on, I believe it's Eric. No, let's see. It is
Metzger, isn't it?
Metzger, yeah. And Dan Gandon was, he dragged Holmquist out onto the floor and was pointing to his eye to the officials. And then they put an ice bag on it during that timeout. It's his right eye, and it looked like it was swollen quite a bit and close to being closed. Here's the shot by Robinson. It's good. So Holmquist could be having some problems with his vision right now, because he's been kind of taken out of the offense for the last few minutes. Here's Kendall, another three. Boy, he looks off balance on some of those, and they still go in.
4 threes.
And Kendall with a steal. It's a 3-point ball game. Kendall another one. It's tied. Kendall has caught fire. And U32, let's see. They stopped the clock because the ball got away. U32 disorganized and confused right now. It's all tied up as Kendall has come to life here in the third period.
15 points on 5 threes.
Here's Allen into the front court. 50 seconds to go in the quarter, tied at 38. The Raiders led 38-26. And a whistle, a foul spotted away from the ball. It's on Metzger. And that had Bob McKinney worked up. Both of these coaches have been working that sideline. .41 seconds remaining in the third period. Here's Wolf. Allen with it. Robinson. 30 seconds. Boy, Niquette and Holmquist really battling in the lane. There's the steal by Niquette. Off to Kendall. 18 seconds to go. Think he might fire one up. 10 seconds.
They're going for the last one, but you know who's going to take the last shot, don't you?
Boy, he made a fake like he was going to shoot right from there, and I thought they really thought he was going to. He misses from outside. The follow-up is no good. And we'll go to the final 8 minutes, all tied up at 38. Well, I'll tell you, you got a hot shooter.
I guess so.
Can make a difference in a hurry.
There he goes.
And here's Kendall. Another three. That's what, 7 3-pointers for Kendall?
7 in the game, 6
Here's
in this last.
Wolf, rather, and he hits the layup. It's 41-40. He scored all but 2 of their points in that third quarter. Fires again, and Wolf comes away with it. Nice move. Wolf, what a block by Niquette. Holmquist. Holmquist again, no good, and a foul. Well, this one started a little slowly, but fans got their money's worth in the second half so far.
Boy, from the time it went 38 to 26, Kendall has put on a show.
Foul was on Pendress.
Brought Milton right back in the ball game.
I think everyone kind of had the feeling that it was just a matter of time before Kendall started lighting it up. But 5 straight 3-pointers, 6.
Well, he's got
5 in a row in that quarter, and then 1 to start the fourth.
Yeah. Well, he missed the last one before at the end of the period.
Now the Raiders are back on top by 1. That's Holmquist's first points of the second half. 7:10 left in the ball game. Kendall hits a 2. Only a 2.
Only, that's right.
43-42.
But he drew the defender out. And just
well, they've got to play tight defense on him everywhere on the floor. As soon as he crosses midcourt, they got to pick him up because he can hit from just about anywhere. Here's Robinson in the corner. And that's around and off. Loose ball, Holmquist. And he'll be called for a travel. .6:41 to go. Milton leads by 1. Kendall slowly across midcourt. Goes around the screen. Baseline jumper. Foul underneath. Basket's good, and the foul is on Pendress of Milton. Basket is good, however. So it's 45-42. Raiders will get the ball. That's the 5th foul against Milton. Raiders led by 12 at 38-22. They've been outscored 23-4 since then. Here's Wolf getting free for a 3. No good. Kendall the rebound. Good, and a foul. Kendall's going crazy here in the second half. Kendall is absolutely taking over this game. 47-42. The foul on Allen, his 4th, and the Raiders want a timeout. 6:06 left in the ball game. 42 Milton.
We're just figuring up. Kendall has 34 points, 7 threes. 23 of them in the second half. He had 10 points at halftime.
And he has 35 points now. It's 48-42. 6-point lead. They went from 12 down to 6 up. And we've got 6 minutes left in the game. Holmquist dribbling in. He's tripped. Who's going to get the foul? I believe it'll be on Niquette as Holmquist hits the floor hard. And it is Niquette. Sixth team foul, so the Raiders will be shooting the rest of the way. That's only the first foul on Niquette. Here's Robinson inside, too hard. Holmquist rebounds and is tied up. And it'll go to Milton. I'm not sure what the booing was about. Good call. He did get tied up. He went up to shoot and was blocked, and he held on to it. So jump ball called by Reggie Colomb, and
the alternate
Yellow
possession.
Jackets get it. Not much question about that call. Here's Kendall, and he's fouled as he drives toward the baseline.
It's a one. Well, no, they aren't in the foul shooting situation yet.
Foul on Jason Robinson, his third, and the 5th team foul. 5:40 left in the ball game. Milton leads by 6. Blaisdell to Kendall. Here's another 3. And a foul on the rebound on the Lions. Kevin Lyons. And that'll put the Raiders at the line for 1-1.
And there's no secret. Everybody knows that the ball's going to Kendall, and they're screening away for him. They're screening down. They're doing everything for him, and U32 has not been able to stop it.
Balzanelli at the line for 1-1. .48-43. Rebounded by Robinson. Blocked, and a foul on Niquette, his second. .5:28 left in the ball game. Cuts the Milton lead to 4. And Kendall has the rebound. Kendall. Boy, that's all he needs is about a step to get that shot off. Comes inside. Now back to the corner to Rutherford. Niquette from the foul line. And Balzanelli has the rebound. 4:50 to go in the ball game. Here's Wolf. Dumps it underneath. We got a foul. The ball had been lost out of bounds. But a foul called. Foul on Reggie Blaisdell. And I think referee Don Corey underneath it was indicating that the ball belonged to U32 after it had gone out of bounds. And if that's the call he was making, that was a break because the Raiders had touched it last. It bounced off Robinson's shoulder, it looked like, and went out of bounds. But at any rate, Reggie Colomb has a foul outside anyway, and the Raiders are at the line. Wolf hits the first, cuts the lead to 3. And it's a 2-point ball game. Here's Kendall. .50-46. 37 points for Kendall. Here's Holmquist. And a block coming up on Niquette. And Holmquist hobbling as he gets up. He's hit the floor hard a couple of times. And I don't know if it's that left ankle. It almost looked like he was favoring the right, but yeah, he's having trouble with that right ankle. Sprained the left ankle a week ago. He's got a brace on that, but he had troubles with the right this time when he went down. He's still hobbling, as you can see. To 47. He's still trying to work that out. Boy, still really hobbling.
Yeah.
Nobody at the table, though, to come in and replace him. Dan Gandon may have to take him out if he's not able to run, and he is hobbling down the floor. 50 to 48. Here's Kendall. They just can't stop him. 39 points. 52-48. Underneath is Robinson. It's no good, and he's fouled. Niquette. Here's LaFar coming into the game for Niquette. Fourth foul on Niquette. So they give up some board strength there with LaFar replacing Niquette. But Holmquist still having some problems with his right ankle too. So can the Raiders take advantage of Niquette's absence? 4:07 to go. Robinson misses the first.
U32 scored 9 of their 11 points from the foul line in this quarter.
52-49. 3-point lead for Milton halfway through the fourth quarter. LaFar. Kendall. Robinson watching him a little tighter now. Here's LaFar. Back to Kendall. There's the three. Rebound outside to LaFar. Metzger to Rutherford. And Robinson takes it away. Wolf in the backcourt. Breaks free, and we got a whistle here, and foul underneath. And that was Metzger, who was a little worked up about the other end of the floor where he was bumped, and something happened which we didn't catch away from the ball, and he was a little bit hot. His teammates talking to him now, and Bob McKenny's going to take him out. That's five anyway, so he's going to have to come out. Bob McKenny still asking about a why no foul under the basket as they were bringing the ball up the floor. He thought Metzger had been elbowed.
I didn't see what happened down here because Bob was extremely upset because there was no foul call down there, and so I was kind of watching him. But I thought, you know, he might get a tee here.
Now, whatever happened, one of Metzger's teammates, Button, came over right away and grabbed him by the jersey and was trying to settle him down. 52-50 as Robinson hits this one. Now, Robinson was the man that collided with Metzger at the other end of the floor, so it was a little get even time, I guess. And Bob McKenny's still asking about that elbow. He's standing there in front of the bench, hollering at Don Corey, pointing at his elbow, still calling for a foul. Kendall looking, comes off the screen, drives to the lane, has it slapped away, but we've got a foul. 3:04 to go. It's a one-point ball game.
I think that's on Jason Robinson. If it is, it's his floor.
4 on Robinson. And still not the 1-and-1. That's only the 6th foul. They'll be shooting after this. 3:04 left in the ball game. Milton by 1. Here's Button. Kendall gets free and fires long. Rebound Lions, and he banks it high off the glass. 54-51. Here's Holmquist into the front court. Underneath to Robinson, and he gets that one to fall. Good strong move to the hoop. 54-53. 2:40 to go. Kendall to Button. Robinson watching Kendall. He's got 4 fouls. 2.5 minutes to go. It's a 1-point lead for Milton. They're going to play the clock now. U32 doesn't want to foul because Milton will be at the line for 1-and-1.
They certainly don't want to foul this young man.
Offensive foul on Kendall. Good defense by Wolf. That's just the first on Kendall. And here are the Raiders with 2:11 left in the ball game, trailing by 1. Wolf off to Balzanelli for 3. He gets his own rebound and missed. The tap, though, by Holmquist misses. Balzanelli again misses. And a foul on Robinson. Boy, Balzanelli followed up the 3-point shot beautifully. He got the rebound, and he was wide open for the layup and missed it.
And then Holmquist tapped it, and he missed it.
That's the second foul on Jamie Robinson, and the Raiders cannot afford to miss those. With time running out, they trail by 1, and they put Kendall at the line, who's got 39 points. .156 left, and that's his 40th. .40 of his team's 55 points. And here's Niquette coming back into the game now for the Yellow Jackets. Kendall scored 51 in their quarterfinal win, but the team scored 103 that night, so he didn't even have half the points that night. But right now he's got 41 of their 56 points. And we're running out of room in the book. Here's Robinson, into Robinson. Jason, follow up, no good. And a foul coming up on Milton on Rutherford with 1:38 to go. And Balzanelli will go to the line. .56-54. And again, it's a 1-point ball game. 1:35 to go. Button just holding the ball to LaFar, and they throw it away. 1:18 to go. Rutherford started to cut toward the basket, and the pass went behind him and out of bounds. 1:18 left in the ball game. Here's Wolf up ahead to Robinson. Into Holmquist. Rebound loose on the floor. Scramble. And we got a jump ball, and the Raiders will have it. And Holmquist hobbling again. I believe it's going to be U32's ball. Yes. 1:02 to go in the ball game. And let's see what the Raiders' strategy is going to be. Try to wind the clock down, get a game-winning shot, or try to score and then get the ball back. They trail by 1 with 1:02 to go. And what a ball game this has been. Down the lane, not a good pass, and Robinson was still out of bounds when he caught it. They had all kinds of traffic in that zone, in that lane, and tried to get it to Holmquist cutting through, and it was knocked away. So now the Raiders forced into a fouling situation. Here's Kendall. They throw it away. His pass sailed away out of bounds. Milton says someone touched it from U32, but the officials say nope, and the Raiders want a timeout. 49 seconds left in this one, and it's Milton 56, U32 55. 49 seconds left. The Raiders will have the ball down at the end of the Milton bench, trailing by 1. Here's Wolf in the backcourt against the full court press. 40 seconds left. Balzanelli to Robinson, into Jason Robinson, and we got a foul coming up on Niquette, and that will be 4 on Niquette. No, that's 5 on Niquette. That's what I thought. We had 4 in the book, but I thought they had already had 4, and he is out of there. Fouls out with 30 seconds left. Just 1 point on the ball game for Niquette, but strong on the boards, and he really was battling Holmquist here in the second half. He's held Holmquist to just 4 points in the second half. Did a superb job defensively on the Raiders center. 56-55. Milton by 1, 30 seconds to go. Robinson at the line. And Jason Robinson getting 2. And he misses. This is to tie. It's tied at 56. And the ball game comes down to this. 20 seconds to go. You know that guy right there is going to try to do it for the Milton Yellow Jackets. Kendall with 14 seconds. 10 seconds. Behind the back dribble, Kendall comes inside, lost the handle, 6 seconds left. The pass up to Balzanelli, 3 seconds, he hits, and it's good! What a finish. Joe Balzanelli gets the pass from Holmquist off the rebound and lays it in at the buzzer. What a finish to an amazing season. And the U32 Raiders have won their first ever state basketball championship.
This time I would like to present the trophy, revolving trophy that I know you'll take good care of, and perhaps you'll be back to win it again, huh? Congratulations in particular the championship coach, Dan Moore. Here without your support during the season. Thank you. With Paul Duchamp. Paul Duchamp from Heinsberg, please come to the table. Paul Duchamp from Heinsberg.
I'm sure all you Raider fans will enjoy this last play, seen once again in slow motion. Kendall heads right, goes left, heads for the key. Jason Robinson strips it. Kevin Holmquist goes high to get the loose ball, almost loses his balance. Recovers nicely, puts the ball on the floor. Looks ahead to Balzanelli, who is in the lower left corner. Feeds him the pass, and all he has to do is beat Randy Button for the winner. From Heinsberg, please come to the official table. Paul Duchamp from Heinsberg, we found your wallet.
been an exclusive presentation of Max Sports Films and Videos, who accepts sole responsibility for its content under the rights granted to it by the Vermont Headmasters Association. All rights are reserved. Thank you very much for your cooperation.